Tanisha's Beauty Supply, beauty, power, and style. Power and style. Tanisha's Beauty Supply, beauty, power, and style. Power and style. Got whatever you need.
Take you along with me on my workout. I want to hit a topic that is so important in your beauty supply store business, and actually in any business that you're doing, and that's your state sales tax. So I just want to talk with you a little bit and give you just a couple of ideas of how you can get a handle on that. Your first year that you opened up, maybe some of you didn't do the sales tax paperwork at the end of the year when you filed your taxes. Maybe some of you did, but here's some information that might help you. Check with your state, because what I found is the best way to handle state sales tax is to sign up with your state to have it paid quarterly. You're going to make a payment to the state that you live in on your sales tax. So for example, my sales tax is in Michigan, and Michigan sales tax is 6%. So let's say for the year of 2020, let's say my store had sales of $100,000. Well, 6% of $100,000 is $6,000. I don't want all of that money to hit me all at once. So breaking it up quarterly, this will be very difficult if you don't keep up with it. See, here's the thing. If you are running a legitimate, bona fide, professional business in your beauty supply store, then you are collecting sales tax. Each time a customer buys an item from you, you're collecting sales tax. So if their item costs $10, you're charging them $10.59 or $10.60 if it was 6% in your state. 60 cents does not belong to you. That belongs to the state that you live in, and they are going to want to collect that money from you. How are they going to know that you owe them that money? If you signed up for an LLC, then they are aware that you are operating a business. So you don't want to just let your tax liabilities continue to pile up and not make your payment. For your LLC, you should receive a slip of paper from your state that has your tax ID on it. You should hang this piece of paper in your business. This lets your customers know why you're collecting sales tax. There are some who collect sales tax but have no intention of paying any sales tax. So when you hang this piece of paper, it just lets your customers know that you have legitimate reason to collect sales tax from them. It'll be good to take a marker and darken out your tax ID number. You don't want to spread that around to just anybody. So you want to blacken that part out. Hang your sales tax paper in a visible spot for your customers to see that you are a legitimate beauty supply store and you pay taxes. And so when they give you their sales tax money, they can feel good about the fact that you're doing the right thing. I am not a tax professional, so this information is just my suggestion and opinion. It is not legal advice. I just like to share with you some of the things that help me in my business, and maybe they can help you. I have paid my sales tax before at the end of the year, and I had just mailed a check in, took care of it that way. And I've also looked at the quarterly, and I like the quarterly a lot better, because coming up with that kind of money can be quite a task if you don't stay on top of it. So another little trick you can do is when you take your cash from your store, each time you make a deposit into the bank, have a separate account where each day you make a deposit, you put that sales tax money, and you can just estimate it. If your store did $1,000 that day, you can just estimate, okay, if 6%, I know I'm gonna owe 6% of sales tax. then I'm just gonna put $60 up toward my sales tax and let that account build. Go ahead and try to tackle that quarterly rather than yearly so that it's not overwhelming. Then that way you are putting your sales tax up every couple of days versus every 4 months, because it takes quite a bit of discipline to put that money aside. It almost feels like it's unfair. Why does the government get to put more work on me to collect their sales tax? So if the government is actually having me collect money for them, put it up, and then give it to them at a different time. I don't want to do that. But unfortunately, we don't have much choice in that. So these are just ideas to help you put your sales tax away in an efficient way so that it's not overwhelming for you at the end of the year. Now, some business owners might ask, why go through all of that? I'm just not going to do the LLC. I'm not going to file any taxes. I'm not going to file any paperwork. I don't want the government in my business. And that's the way that a lot of people tend to think. But you just want to be careful with that mindset. And I apologize, my breath is out of breath, but I'm out of shape, so so that's why, sorry. But I got to get my exercise in so I can stay healthy. It's just easier just to say, forget it. I don't want the government in my business. It's easier to do that, but when you build your beauty supply store, you want to think in terms of you're going to be wealthy one day. Your business is going to be bringing in over $100K a month. And if you can't begin to organize your funds now while your business is bringing in $2,000 or $3,000, $4,000 a month, you're not going to do well when you're bringing in over $100K a month. So you want to start organizing your funds now if you haven't already. And there are tax professionals and accountants that you can hire to put that money aside for you. I just didn't have that kind of money when I started my beauty supply store to pay anybody to do that. So that's why I bring these videos to you, to give you tips and ideas just in case you're in the same situation where you can't afford to pay for services that your average business owner that has money would pay for. Is it worth it to have a professional accountant handling your day-to-day funds? Absolutely. I just couldn't afford to do it that way, so I had to learn everything on my own. And if you have suggestions and ideas for putting away sales tax for the government in your beauty supply business, definitely post them in the comment section. If you would like to hear more ideas on beauty supply store operations, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I bring several videos each week that might be of help to you. Thank you for listening to Tanisha's Beauty Supply. If this information will be helpful to someone you know, go ahead, share the information.